Welcome in, my dear one. Psychic Mia here. I'm so happy to have your presence. How men see you. What makes you irresistible to men? I can't wait to dive into this juicy reading today. We're going to get lots of juicy details. We're also going to take a look at your energy. What's popping up in your energy field? Is there anything we need to know about what's going on with you? And I also want to take a little pop into the future as well and see what's waiting for you. Now, our mission here is to guide you through spiritual practices like tarot readings so that you can live your most aligned life. I want you to take a nice breath and arrive. You are here. Feel yourself pulled to one of these 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your intuition kick in. Notice the crystals. Notice everything. And choose now. Land and arrive. Welcome in my card 1. How men see you. What makes you irresistible to men? I can't wait to do this reading. I can't wait to get all the juicy details. I can't wait to get our cards out. Let's go ahead, take a breath, release. You know the drill. Let go of anything you don't need. I give you permission, not that you need my permission, to just set anything down. Let yourself open up. If you have the opportunity to really focus in, maybe grab a notebook. I always highly recommend that. Okay, I'm going to grab our gold deck to get us started. How men see you. What makes you irresistible to men? Our anchor card today, this middle card, focus. This anchor card is from our Divine Feminine deck. So we're going to pull that over in a bit just to take a look at that beautiful oracle card. I love that deck. Okay. And let's go ahead and get going. All right. Mm-hmm. 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 I think I'm forcing you to be a little patient today. Here we go. Let's go. All right. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Emperor. We have the Hermit. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my. And we have the Knight of Wands reversed. Wow. Okay. So we've got a lot of stuff coming in right away. So let's get started here. We first of all have the Wheel of Fortune. So you have this essence of being this person that everything comes to naturally, that you're gifted, that you're fortunate, that things just fall in your lap, that what you want just sort of gravitates towards you. You have this perspective on life too. And that really opens up your energy field where you're really open and accepting of what is coming towards you. And that can be felt. It can be felt, and it just, you have that essence of that you're winning, that you have this sort of winning energy, and that you have this, that no matter what, you're coming to this space where you've got it. It's coming to you. You're completely capable. You're resourceful. You've got this. And it's extremely attractive. It does make you irresistible. It also is something that all people notice about you right away, this quality. And it's very magnetizing. It's a very magnetizing quality. Now we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is a very interesting card to be here because it is this divine masculine alpha male energy. And this really shows you what men are, how they're changing themselves when they're around you, that they want to show off this sort of alpha dominance, that they have control, that they are accomplished, that they want you to see how they've accomplished things. They probably peacock for you a lot, where they're just, like getting their feathers out and displaying all of their attractive qualities, all the things that they've done. And you might sometimes find that even a little annoying, but that's sort of a natural tendency that these sort of, alpha qualities sort of come out in them. Now, the Hermit is popping up here as well. So I do feel like you have an insular part of you that is not completely exposed to everybody. There's a part of you that is really shining an inward light, and you're really taking a look at what's going on inside of you psychologically, emotionally, energetically, and you're really able to sort of have this interior world. And I almost see this kind of snow globe effect of being on this inside where people want to get in, they want to see too, they want to know too, and there's just this whole very vivid, intense world within you. And part of that is a searching world that you're really searching and looking. Now, we also have the Queen of Swords popping up, which I love that you inhabit these qualities that really come out of your intelligence. The swords really get into that intelligence space, mind space, thought space, the way that you think, the clarity with which you think, the intensity with which you see the truth and you understand who you are, where you are, what's going on. You probably read people very well, and people can feel that off of you, that you're getting a really strong read for if somebody is telling you the truth, if somebody is lying to you. You have this sort of interior detector of knowing and this deep seat of knowing, which I love. Okay, now we also have the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm seeing this a little bit different. So I actually feel like this is one specific male energy that is around you. So this is sort of, we have that the Emperor energy as sort of the collective, how everyone is sort of, sort of changing and responding to your energy. But I do feel like there is one male energy around you that's coming in this very unobtrusive way. So I would assume most men are probably coming into your atmosphere in this very, chest forward kind of way, really in that sort of showing off energy. But there's one person who's coming in a very soft way. They're not making a big entrance. They're not showing off all of their great qualities. They're not demanding attention, but they are coming in and they see incredible value in you. They really hold who you are as precious. They're coming in softly, and this is a very consistent person, a very regular person. And I don't mean regular as in just normal. I mean regular as in they're consistent. They show up over and over and over again, and they're reliable. They have this reliable energy to them, and there is something really beautiful in this person's energy, and they're seeing you in kind of this golden glow, and perhaps in such a way that makes it very hard for them to approach you. So that's interesting. I wonder if you have a feeling of who that might be. Now let's take a look at the Nine of Wands reversed. So the Nine of Wands is this figure. Our wands get into passion, purpose, all of that yummy fire energy with growth happening too. And this is a figure that's been hurt and that has decided to get back up, even though they've been hurt. They're not fully full yet. They're still a little unsteady, a little shaky. They're protecting what's theirs. So I do feel like you give off this energy that you've been through it. You've been hurt. You're just sort of getting back into feeling like you're ready to step out. You're getting into this space where you're like, all right, I'm ready to protect what I've got. I'm ready to venture forward, but you're not running around in this free and easy manner of, you do have this openness that we've already seen, but there's also something that is also a little insular. There's also something that's very protected by you, that you are protecting within you and that you're keeping to yourself. And that offers, that the people can see that as like this aura of mystery sometimes, perhaps more with the Hermit energy. But I also think that there might be a tendency to hold off on getting too close or making any crazy advances because the energy comes off of you. So let's go ahead and see what else we're getting. I want to see what else is coming in. If there's anything, I'm going to let the cards give us what we need. So I don't want to ask any questions yet. I just want to keep it open to how people are seeing you, what is so remarkably impressive. So yeah, I am seeing that there's this kind of far away looking at you, and this kind of where people will do research on you. Men will do research on you. Get on the internet, find out about you, look at you from afar, observe you. But perhaps they're not fully traveling forward with you yet. They're not fully like stepping into they want to, they like want to plan it, but they're not doing it yet. They're still kind of looking at it as this, okay, this is going to be this kind of trip. This is going to be this kind of adventure. And I kind of just need to sort of plan it out a bit and watch and wait and see how the timing goes. Okay. And staying with that question where we're really just not asking any more of a specific question yet. 5 of Swords coming up too. Now the 5 of Swords again, getting into that intelligence space, mental space, and we already feel your energy in this Queen of Swords area as people see you, view you. That may not be how you view yourself. We have the 5 of Swords coming. This is kind of a brutal energy. This is very interesting that this masculine energy kind of dancing around you might be, really have this kind of almost take no prisoners vibe to it, where they feel very competitive for you, feel like, they kind of, and also I do feel like there's a possibility you might feel like people just keep wanting to take from you, that men in general just want to take, and you get really tired of that. That would be exhausting. This feeling that you're not being held sacred in the way that you want to be held. Like it's, something keeps getting picked on, because that's the only way they can sort of figure out how to get inside the snow globe of you, and your energy. And thankfully, you've got this incredible vision, this incredible wisdom, this incredible intelligence and insight. So you're probably reading all of this right away, and you see like, this is not somebody that I'm interested in entertaining, but then they're still trying to get in there over and over again. Now, I do want to get a little specific about this. I don't want to get so specific about this Knight of Pentacles yet. I just want to get specific about if there's someone that you should really be paying attention to, whether it's the Knight of Pentacles or if there's somebody else. Is there someone in your energy field we should really be paying attention to right now? Okay. Boy, now we have a helicopter. It is never fails to amaze me as every time I start a reading, all the noises light up at once. I always say outside sounds amplify the message. So apparently the universe is really trying to amplify a lot of things because all the noises just spark up. Okay, now we have the 6 of Swords. So there's someone who is moving away from something. And I don't see this as like an ex or a past person who's moving away from you. I see this as someone who is moving away from something else. They're still letting go of something, but that person is someone we should pay attention to. There's a reason that this message is coming in, that there's something important here in this person. Now, this could be a person that you've met before. This could be somebody from the past. But like I said, not moving away from you, but moving away from someone else or something else. And this could be somebody who hasn't come in yet, or someone you don't really, that you don't really recognize. You haven't really tuned into. And this person has, they're in a little space too, where they've also been hurt. They've closed themselves off, and they're really not in a space where they're accepting a love right now. They're not accepting the emotions and the feelings. So if this is somebody that you do know that you've been interested in and you've been shut down by, we're asking if you should be paying attention to them. The cards are saying yes, that you should be paying attention to this person. However, tune into this, but know that they're not in a space right now. The timing is just not there. They're still doing they're drifting away. They're still moving away from the old thing that they need to drift away from. And it's really closed them off emotionally with their feelings and emotions. And they've really put up a wall. But I'm not ready to be done with that yet. I want to know a little bit more about this person. Yeah. Okay, let's see. And we have the Three of Cups. So another clue for who this person is someone who doesn't seem, this energy that we see over here, this feels really, it feels, very harrowing. But the energy that they give to the world, the energy that they give to you, the way they show up in the world is very joyful, very fun, very playful, probably laughing, having a good time, enjoying themselves, very social, just like a really good participant in the world. They seem like they have all these feelings and emotions available. So that's kind of like a very interesting little mask that's coming out there. I don't want to separate these. I want to keep them with this person. And I want to know anything else. This is anything else you need to know about this person. Why do we need to pay attention to this person? Why do we need to pay attention to this person? What is there for you with this person? What gets our attention here? The Five of Pentacles. I think I'm reading this wrong. I think that I feel like I wanted to pay attention to this person because I wanted to pay attention to what they can be holding for you as something to bloom. But I feel like the real energy that's coming through and the real message that's coming through is that this actually, we're going to pay attention to this because you're interested in this, or this is something that you're going to be interested in, or something you're going to want, and that is not the thing that's for you. And at least right now, it's not something that's open and available to you. So those will be our clues. This is someone who's moving away from something. They're very closed off and shut down to feelings and emotions. You might want to keep trying and pushing. They're giving that front to the world of being in this playful, joyful, happy place, but that's not really where they are. And truthfully, if you walk this path with this person, the energy right now, because of course energy can always change because we're human beings and we have the right to choose things. The energy right now looks like it will be a cold road to go down. It will be a cold, hungry road to go down. And going down it will just make you hungrier and hungrier and hungrier for the love, for the attention, for this that you truly want, and they're just not able to offer it. They're not able to warm it up and give it to you. They're not going to be able to feed that hunger because they don't have it to give. They're not open that way. So I'm sorry about that, and I am sorry about leading us into a different direction. I want to know about anything that we should be paying attention to in what good thing is coming for you. What do we need to know about what good thing and what good person is coming to you? This can be as far into the future as it needs to be. I want to leave that open for the cards. We don't have to get specific. We can ask more questions later. I just want to know about what's coming to you. What is coming to you? What do we have that we can feel some hope about? Hi, Star. No. Okay. So something where you can completely be yourself. And I love this card showing up because this card it's like a call going out to you that says, hey, you might want to mask yourself a whole bunch. You might want to pretend to be different. You might want to shield yourself away or not truly be who you are or change certain aspects, but who you are in all of your everything, your nakedness. This figure is completely naked. We've covered her up for YouTube, and by we, I mean me. I've covered her up for YouTube. But this is just sort of a little push and a little sign to really step into the fullness of who you are right now. Because what is coming for you is going to love that. Not only love that, but that's going to be the attracting beacon of, come on over. Like this, come to this energy. This is where I am. Find this star. Let me guide you in the night sky. That energy that you radiate of your true divine essence, this giving energy, this just completely who you are. And let that be your calling card, and let that be the thing that guides you right now. And what a beautiful space to be in the future, that you get to be with someone who is just all about you and who you really are. And we have the Chariot, another very strong card. And our Chariot is, I mean, you're stepping into a power coupledom. As you move into the future, your person, it's going to feel like we can take on anything. We walk into a room and everybody's head turns towards us. We have that energy. We are unstoppable. There is something incredibly unstoppable about you. And it's fast moving and it's confident. It's not just fast moving and like, I don't know where I'm going. It is fast moving and confident. It is the person who can ride straight into the fray because they're not afraid of what's on the other side. There's nothing to be afraid of. They know their strength, they know their power, and they know that they can win because they do. And you have this energy together that is so powerful and so in line. Oh, I love that. Oh boy. Okay. I'm pulling one more card. And the Knight of Swords. Well, I love this. Also very fast moving energy. Now this person, this doesn't mean this is where their energy is going to start, but there is this energy within them in your relationship that coming in for you is someone who is valiant, who is bold, who can just run straight in, sword flying, ready for anything, absolutely confident, incredibly divine masculine energy, some alpha male energy coming in here. And this is just like, just powerful. Wind in your hair, wind on your face, nothing holding you back, nothing stopping it. And notice we're in the swords, my Queen of Swords. So you communicate on a very similar level. You operate on a very similar level. You're very similar people and you lead with the same things. You have an understanding, a way of communicating, a way of being, of viewing the world, interpreting things. Oh, I find all this very interesting. I want to pull, I want to pull out our pink deck really quickly. So really quickly, I'd just like to ask a few questions about you. Now, with your Nine of Wands reversed energy, and I just want to pull a few cards for you from guides, from source, just to see if there's anything that we really need to ask or know for you, what is coming in. High strength. Hi, Star. Hi, Three of Pentacles. Okay, I'm not done yet. I'm getting there, I promise. Knight of Cups. Oh boy. The Tower, and I'm pulling one more card for you. Sorry, we're getting there. We're giving it its divine timing, and it was worth it. The Ten of Cups. This is so worth it. This is beautiful. I'm so glad that we did this. Oh, wait, we have a hidden card over here. Oh, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed over here. That was a little hidden card I didn't see. Okay, so here we go. This is what we've got. So we're starting in with strength, and I love this card. I'm sure if you have been with me with readings before, also, this is a perfect time to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I love it. It means the world to me, to my team, to all of us, and it lets us know to do more content like this. Okay, now back to our regular scheduled program. Now with the strength card, I love to just break down what you're seeing because I really love this card. And I think when I pull it, I sometimes feel like some people just kind of throw it away. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to be strong. I've got some strength, like great. But this is a lion, a killer wild animal that is humongous, unbelievably powerful. And this is a woman, a human being woman, who is closing the mouth of said lion in a peaceful, easy way. So we're not really talking about regular strength here. We are talking about like magical power strength. It is, you can do things that other people cannot do. And you should be relying on that, that you have innate things that are within you that you don't even know you have yet, that you have abilities when you are in a focused, peaceful space that you can utilize that you don't even know. You haven't even tapped yet. And maybe you have tapped, but there's more to that. That goes deeper than where you've been. Now we have the star, and when we have another deck, we have the opportunity to pull duplicates. And I'm so glad that we did, because the star, of course, was popping up for your future relationship. Now, the star popping up here is saying, yeah, you need to be yourself fully, completely, nakedly, completely who you are. Just pour it out into the world. Be your shiniest self. That doesn't mean that you have to, be anything that you're not. That's the opposite of that, actually. You just be exactly who you are. And let the essence of that radiate out into the world. There are no masks required. There is no covering up required. There is no changing who you are for other people needed. Who you are is exactly who you need to be. And it is very much a part of your future love and future relationship. Now, the Queen of Pentacles reversed is interesting coming in here, because the Queen of Pentacles is a very different card from our Queen of Swords. So everyone is seeing you in this Queen of Swords way, this sharpness, this intelligence, this decisiveness, the truth seeing, being able to read people easily. Now, our Queen of Pentacles is reversed here, but I feel like that's a little bit where you've been a little out of tune with your Queen of Pentacles self. This is a very growth-oriented card, mothering card, nurturing card, autonomous card, a card she can take care of herself. She can be a boss babe that, I built this business and I'm extremely reliable and able, and I show up all the time, and I show up for myself and I show up for the other people in my life. I take care of everyone. I take care of myself. I grow things around me. There's some real divine feminine energy here, very fertile energy here. So you might be a little out of alignment with this right now. And that could be coming out of, where you've been hurt from, that you're standing back up into something. And there might be a part of you that's like sort of almost trying to protect yourself, but perhaps maybe not even being yourself, that you're trying to protect and, be in a space that is impenetrable. And if it's going to be impenetrable, then it has to be something that is other than yourself. So that is something to think about. I would come at it with curiosity. I feel like sometimes when I bring up these sorts of things, I can feel a sort of defensive energy around it, which is completely fine. And if something doesn't resonate with you, absolutely, it's not for you. If it doesn't hit you, it doesn't hit you. You have a deep intuitive knowing of your own. But I do love the idea of coming at everything with curiosity. If that were true, is there a possibility that that's true? And just taking a look, because the hardest truths to see are the ones about ourselves. So when the cards bring up something, and they don't always bring it up gently, they're sometimes kind of like, hey, you need to see this. I think it's wise to just sort of take a curious look and see if something rings true. Now, also, usually if we're overly defensive about something, it's because there is something there. That's a sort of usual thing. So just notice what's going on in your energy. Now, we also have the Three of Pentacles, which we're back to our Pentacles. And this is an architectural building card. So really the message we're getting is like, hey, to get back to you, to feel like yourself again, to feel like you're inhabiting the best qualities that you have, or that you feel safe enough to be who you are, you might need outside help, and you might need to sort of figure that out with the help of other people. You might need your friends. You might need a therapist or a counselor, or you might need, wisdom and encouragement, but you'll need other people. So it's not just Hermitville over here, as wonderful as the Hermit card is, and as wonderful as that insular energy can be of looking in, we do need other people. And that can be scary because other people aren't always reliable. But let yourself be brave and reach out to the people who feel safe to you. So that is something I would put on homework for you. Reaching out to people who feel safe to you. Now we have the Knight of Cups coming in, which is very interesting. The Knight of Cups coming in, who is a knight with all this feeling and emotion. It is a soft entrance. And I find this very interesting as we're looking at the Knight of Swords coming in into your future. They might walk in with their heart on their sleeve, and they might walk in with a little softness to them. But there is some interesting masculine energy in your energy that is very emotionally available, very emotionally attuned, and really a good energy to pay attention to. Now, this could be a friend. This could be somebody who is not romantically, someone for you. I do feel like it could be linked to our Knight of Swords, that they could come in softer and also have this divine masculine energy to them that you don't really know about right away. But whatever that is, I would like you to turn your radar towards it. So as it is in your life, or if it is walking into your life, I do want you to kind of just tune your radar to that person and maybe make some time to spend some time with that person. Have softer discussions, talk about feelings and emotions and things, art and beauty, and things that resonate with you both and that are on just sort of a little bit of a different feeling and emotional level. Now we have the Tower coming in, and you know what the Tower means. This is a big change. So I feel like you've been through a big change, but I do feel like there is more change yet to come, which might not feel like the most amazing message, because it is uncomfortable, and there is a certain amount of destroying something in order to have something new. And this can be very uncomfortable. It can be feel like a huge upheaval. It can, feel like everything's on high alert. And, it can really get into those energetic systems. So I would see what you can do to really structure yourself right now, even though you're still like cleaning up the rubble of whatever it was. See what you can do right now to set your world in the most safe feeling way. And I hear a helicopter going over again. So that's that feeling of, like you clean up your house, you get your affairs in order, you take care of big things so that you feel like, all right, I'm prepared and I'm ready. And maybe give yourself a small win. Maybe give yourself something that, let yourself accomplish something that's important for you to accomplish, just so you remember that you are capable of doing hard things. You can see it all the way through to the end. Remind your brain pathways, your neural pathways. Okay, I got this. Onward. And finally, we come to the Ten of Cups, a card of completion, one of my favorite cards. I call this the happy ever after card quite frequently. These two characters with their arms open, family, home, happiness, openness, rainbow, feelings and emotions in our cups. It's a beautiful thing. And there's nothing to fear about the future. And I would love you to take a breath, that you're standing back up into things already. You're getting to a space where you're just starting to stand back up into it, but you haven't really, like this hasn't turned over yet. You're not Nine of Wands upright. You're Nine of Wands reversed. So you will be turning things around, but you haven't turned things around yet. You're still, you're still kind of on the way. So as you are on the way, take some reassurance that there is something epic for you in the wings. that you are not being left, with nothing, that you have no hope for the future. Like, there is juicy goodness in your future in a way you have not experienced before. The best is yet to come. I want to pull over our anchor card. I want to pull over a divine feminine card. And for you, we have Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. Oh boy. Wow. Star. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. And I would just like to point out that on the star card, she is pouring from both hands. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. It's time to let yourself make some things to be just exactly who you are. Know yourself. Let yourself completely be who you are and let it flow. Ooh! Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Ah. Well, my dear one, I could go on forever. I really feel like I could. I feel like we could pull cards for hours. If you want to do a deeper dive, there's a link below to do so. Now, you could also do a deeper dive on something completely unrelated if you wanted to do a reading on career things or money things or anything. I am just sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much light and so much support through this gorgeous journey that you're on. All right, until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card too. Oh, I'm so excited to get into this reading. How men see you, what makes you irresistible to men. We're going to go on a nice little deep dive. I want you to take a breath. As always, I want you to release anything that you don't need. You can leave it at the door. You can pick it up later. And I encourage you to come into this with a sense of curiosity and openness. And remember, you're in full control here. You have deep intuition and knowing. You can let anything go that you don't like. You can be open to the things that come in that strike a truth for you. Let's go. Okay, so we are starting with our gold deck. Love for you to come into like a physicality, a powerful physicality for yourself. Something that feels, shoulders down, heart open and expanded, feeling like you're in your greatest sense of power. And let's see what we've got here. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Ooh, I want to start there. That's where we're starting. That's where it feels right to start. Okay. We've got the Six of Wands. We've got Temperance. We've got the Knight of Wands. And we have the World reversed. We're going to pull a lot more cards, so don't worry if questions come up. Now, first of all, with our Six of Wands, there is something that you are absolutely winning at. Our wands get into this passion, purpose, drive. You're lit up in life. And it is this fire energy, and it is this confidence, and it is this, you've done something recently where you feel like you've succeeded, and it shows. It's in your aura, it's in your presentation, it's in your walk, it's in your body, it's in everything about you. And that's extremely attractive. It's extremely seductive. It's also something that just makes every single person's head turn towards you when you walk in the room. I mean, feel that energy coming off of this card. There is something that put you in a confident space where you're just sort of winning and taking it all home. You're the one player at the card table. I know nothing about cards, but I'm going to try to use this illustration anyway. You're the one player at the card table, the one person who is winning. And you know how to do it. You know how to win. And you have this, there's something, I do feel like it's something in your career, in your passion, in your purpose. So this could be like a hobby or something outside of what makes you money, but it is something that you care deeply about. And there's something where you're really just solid in it. And that is very attractive. And that's felt by everyone around you. Now, the Knight of Wands coming in, and this comes in as a kind of energy that is attracted to you. And notice we're still in the Wands here. So there is this energy that's very much like I want to go after this. I want to show off here. I want to prove myself. I want to be this person. The men feel very fired up, lit up. There's a lot of physical attraction here as well. So a lot of different men are physically attracted to you as well. But there's something about your energy and your persona and your person that is really making other people want to be on their A game, want to be their best selves and show up as their best self for you to be, deemed approved by you. Even people and even men who are, like taken and in relationships, and there's still something about your energy that it just makes everyone want to show up better. I love that. And temperance pops up here too. So you do seem like you have it all together. You seem like, you're walking all the lanes exactly the way you should. You're on the balance beam. You're doing the things that you have this magical existence. That, phrase of like, I don't know how she does it, sort of rings through my mind of that you have the appearance, whether you do or not, or you feel you do or not, you have the appearance of just having it all together. You've got it all. You're doing it all. You're able to manage everything. You've got great balance. You've got work and life and heart and da-da-da. And you're just kind of like walking easily, successfully forward through life. We'll find out more about where you're really at, if that's true or not, and that could be very true. Now we have the world reversed popping up as well. So the world is a card of an ending of a cycle and a beginning of a cycle. It is a card where this center figure is sometimes called the dancer. So there might be something where it seems like you're mid-stride. It doesn't feel like you're coming off of something big and launching into something new. It just feels like you're always in this dominant position. Now, once again, I'm talking about perception. I'm not talking about truth or reality. You may very well be in the end of a cycle or the beginning of a cycle, but it probably seems like you're just always have everything together like this, that you're always in this winning position. That's this feeling that comes off of you, like you must always win. You must always be confident. You must always have it all together. This sort of perceived notion of how you do things, that there's no, you're just really mid-stride, and there's no like huge hiccup. There's no huge like, okay, now I'm gathering the energy to go off and do this thing. Okay. Oh, we have the Eight of Swords here as well. Now this is interesting. Now this is a card of a figure that is bound up, surrounded by the swords. The swords get into thought space, mental space, and is really essentially keeping herself prisoner and blindfolded when she doesn't have to. She could release herself at any time. Now, I would wonder if this perception might come into play with perhaps there is a sort of understanding that maybe you overthink things, or maybe people are thinking that you're overthinking things, or that you're still very much tied up in a past relationship, even if it's over and done, or feeling like you're tied up in a past something or other, and that you're not available. This feels very not open. So if we're talking about romance and we're talking about potential lovers, potential soulmates, when we're talking about people coming in, there might be a feeling of resistance to coming in because this person's not available to somebody new coming in. This person is literally tied up. This person has stuff already going on. And there might be this feeling that you have your hands full still. You're in a space that's not available to the new and to be open to, it's not the Fool. It's not that energy of wide open arms and ready for new romance to flood in. It could feel very off-putting for someone who wants to approach you romantically. So if you find that people, that maybe you're getting all this masculine attention, and that you are riding in the success, but you are not being approached a lot, or you're not having this feeling of incoming, that could be why. Now, the Page of Pentacles also comes in. So I think that there's also a perception that that you've got great ideas, you've got great instincts about money, that you probably make a lot of money. There might be a just a feeling that you've got it together financially, that you've, whether that is true or not, this perception that you're really, sort of showing signals and signs that you do value this is important, but also this is something that you've got your inspirations for, you've got your you've got it together. That's something that you also are really pursuing, that you have a handle over. Okay, now I would like to take a look. I would take, you know what, honestly, I want to switch decks really quick. I just want to see what's going on with you. We're going to come back and we're going to take some more looks at what's incoming from masculine attention for you. But I just want to take a sneak peek behind the curtain really quickly and take a look at your energy, because so much is coming up, and I want to see what's real, what's going on with you. Okay. So we have the sun. So there is a light coming off of you, and there's a lightness in your energy. There's also an optimism there. There's a recharging that's happening with you, where you're feeling like you're just like being flooded with something new. And I don't know that this is something that you've always been in. It feels like it could be new. It could be the feeling of having sunshine on you for the first time in a long time, that perhaps you have some freedom. Perhaps you've just come out of a relationship and there's something that everything feels new and different, where you're just like, oh, but yeah, feel that thing, that sunshine on my skin, or that feeling of sort of buoyance, where you are kind of surprised even to find it, that there might be some joy really peeking through and into your life. There's something really beautiful coming through for you and also coming out of you. And I love to see that. That's beautiful. Let's see what else pops up for you. Just taking a gaze inside your energy. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is a different feeling from our Page of Pentacles, of that perception of you might be really holding on to your money, and you might, this could really get into finances. This could get into worldly goods. This could also get into, things of your body and holding on to your physicality. I mean, that could even be with like relationships, that you don't want to get physical too fast. You want to sort of like keep it for yourself. And that you're really sort of, holding in, and really like holding everything tight and fast. And that's an interesting place to be in. It doesn't have to be bad. But I do encourage you to look at curiosity with a thought of what it would feel like to be expansive. And that doesn't mean spending all your money. It doesn't mean giving your body freely. It doesn't mean any of that. It's just the feeling of it, the feeling and the energy that you don't have to grip on so tight. The feeling and the energy that you're fine. You're always going to have what you need. This feeling of gripping on really tight often sort of comes with it a lack of safety and security, because there's a fear in there that if you let go, if you don't hold on to it so tight, then it's going to disappear. So I would look at that with curiosity if that feels right to you. Let's see. Oh, something back here. The Magician. Hi, my powerful, wonderful woman. Hi. The Magician is the master manifester. You have a lot of power within you, and your energy tells it and shows it. And you have all of this ability to manifest whatever it is you desire. And this is a very important reminder from the universe, that you don't have to seek anything out in order to manifest what you want. You have all the tools to do it in front of you. You must use those tools. You must take action with them. You must want to use those tools, but you have them. They are available to you. And that's pretty remarkable. So I really love that. Here it is. You have an immense amount of power. Right back here. Now, we also have the Seven of Wands. So there is this slightly, perhaps masculine energy flowing for you right now, too, where you feel like you have to sweat and strive. And that's not a bad thing. I love masculine energy. I think a nice, good balance of masculine and feminine energy is incredible. What a potent mixture. And different relationships will make you feel different ways. But it's great to be in a space where you're feeling like you do have this confidence. This reminds me of that winning energy for people to perceive you in that winning space. That you do have this sort of ferocity to you. That you will do what you have to do. You will get where you need to go. You will hold the ground that you need to hold. You will grow the way that you need to grow, and you can do hard things. You can do difficult things. And there is I am feeling a physicality off of that as well. So you might be an athlete, or you might be, you know, be in your physical body really well as well. And strength popping up. Now, I love pulling this card. Every time I pull it, I want to say the same thing. That there's this sort of magical ability for you to do things that seem impossible. That seem impossible. This is no small card. And I always say it because I feel like people do dismiss strength when it comes up. They're like, oh, yeah, strength, great. But this is an incredible card. A lion and a woman. She's closing its mouth. That is no small thing. There is a fearlessness about you and a calm about you in the face of incredible obstacles. And it doesn't matter. The reason you have the calm is because you know how capable you are. You know what you can do. And you absolutely do it. Uh, mm. And we have the Five of Swords reversed. Oh, this is interesting. In your energy, I think that there might be a little hidden ruthlessness in you. And I don't think that that is a bad thing. I think we should take any kind of judgment away and step into our high priestess energy, because our high priestess knows that there's dark and there's light, and there are shades of gray, and there's good and bad things in both the light and the dark. And there are good and bad things in both that ruthlessness. That if you have a little bit of hidden ruthless energy to you, where you can do whatever you need to do to make things okay, where you can, I think that that's a real gift, and it's probably there for a reason. You probably learned it as a skill in order to survive, to thrive, to be able to maintain position, to be able to be in this world, in this sometimes ruthless world. And so I would say, if you feel, you know, I'm gonna leave my words. I'm gonna leave my words alone because I don't want to put anything on this for you. What I would like you to do is to just observe how this could be in you and what you feel about that. If you judge yourself in any way about that, or maybe you're even proud of yourself in some ways about that. Because I am, for in certain ways, I think it's important for you to know that no matter what, you can take care of you. No matter what, you have your own back, and that you can hold your own. It's not the best, feeling sometimes. I think sometimes, even when we're like seeking partners, there's a part of us that wants to rest from that, to be able to rest back into that, divine feminine energy, or to rest into not having to hold so hard. But it's really good to know that you can. And it's really attractive as well to know that you can. Okay, so we've taken a little peek inside of your energy. I want to pop back over to our gold cards. So I would really like to ask about if there's any specific people right now that are, like really taking notice of you. If there's anything we need to know about anybody that's like super, just like you are in their field of vision, what we need to know. Okay, so first of all, we have the Four of Cups. So if we're getting one person's energy, there is an energy that is focused on you, but the energy is not going to be a reciprocating energy. The energy is actually not available to feelings and emotions. It is kind of a shutdown. It is kind of a no card. And that is someone that's good to know about this, and it's also someone to be careful of, because you don't want to, place all of your, going back to the cards that I don't know anything about, placing all of your money on something that isn't going to work out. That's no fun. So just being aware and cognizant that that's in that energy field. Oh, well, we have the Magician. Now, my Magician, I'm pointing at you if you can't tell, you are my Magician. There is someone who has a very similar energy to yours. They have an ability like you do, and you are in their radar. I want to know more about this person. This person also is a powerhouse, gets into kind of magical powerhouse. They have all the tools in front of them. They do have to use them just like you do, but they have all that potential just like you do. Okay, so we're pulling the Death card after that. And that tells me that there's something that has to happen. There's something that has to be removed. In order, if this is like a romantic something, if this were going to become something, there would have to be a letting go of something. Now, intuition tells me that a good dose of this is coming from you, that there is possibly something that you have to let go of. And this could be, something you've just not released and you haven't been willing to release yet or be open to yet. But I also feel like this is coming in their energy field too. So there is something that has to be buried, that has to be, completely done with, put away in order for that to have a barrier that's dropped, in order for that to manifest as something more. But let's find out if there is something romantic there. Is there something romantic there? Is the potential for something romantic there? If that barrier came down, is that something you'd actually want to pursue? We have the Three of Swords. So I am feeling like, the Three of Swords talks of heartbreak, and it talks of, getting into a really painful space. Just as it looks painful. So I feel like this person is very similar to you. They have, and that's probably extremely attractive, that you guys have this similar power and you have this similar intensity. But ultimately, I think it could lead to a path that's coming to a space where it could be very, very painful for both of you, for one or both of you. Let's continue on. Is there anybody else's energy that we need to know about that's really focused on you right now? Then I'm going to ask about where things can be going. All right, now we have the Ace of Cups reversed. And I love this card, the Ace of Cups, new opportunities with our aces, cups bringing in feelings and emotions. This is an overwhelm of feelings and emotions. Now, the most interesting part about this is that it is reversed. And it feels like you are getting offered something. You are being offered something that could house with it an incredible amount of feeling and emotions. That is coming in for you right now. But that is not something that you're open to receiving. So let's just leave that there. If you aren't open to receiving it, that's okay. You don't have to be. Are you sure that's where you want to be? There's the question. If you want to be in a place that's receiving and open to having it, then you might want to reevaluate where you're at with that. Okay. And we have the Ten of Wands. Tens are cards of completion, and our wands get into that fiery energy. Where we're getting into that career, passion, purpose. But this feels like this is that kind of like, wow, I've really sweat through this, and I've done this really hard, difficult thing, and I'm just about to finish it. And here we go. Let's finish it. Bring it home. So it feels like someone's, sort of really been striving for you, really been working hard for you. And they may not even be like putting it out there that they're working really hard for you. They might be like doing that off in the shadows, just feeling like they're not good enough, trying to get to a space where they feel like they're, they've accomplished something that makes them feel like they're worthy. But there's someone who's really striving in your energy field. Now I want to take a look further afield. So I just want to take a look into, now this could be someone from the past, present, future, but what is coming in for you with love? If we were talking about heart space and love, what do we need to know about that? What do we need to know about that? What's popping up for us about that? We have the Knight of Swords. This is a strong, fast, smart person, full of intelligence, knows truth, wants to cut through all the bull, all the BS, with their truth sword, with their knowing, and they want to do it fast, and they want to move quickly. They're not afraid. There's no fear here. There's a lot of courage, and sometimes that can be, too fast, but we're looking further afield for romance and love, what's coming in for you, and that feels good. I want to know more about that. Can we know more about that? 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 Hi, Queen of Cups. Well, and we were just talking about that masculine, feminine energy. Our Queen of Cups is so divinely feminine, and this person does have this sort of alpha male, masculine energy that I think a huge part of the initial attraction, especially, but also part of what makes it such a beautiful pairing for you is that you get to fall into a space where you are your most divinely feminine. You don't have to, you don't have to have that same card of stand your guard, hold your ground, strive and sweat, doing all the hard things. You kind of get into this pairing where, yeah, you can do all of those. You know you can. But you have this soft intuition, this knowing, this feeling and emotion. You're guided by your divine feminine energy, your femininity, and it's beautiful. Okay, I want to pull one more card for you too because I want to know more about this. Okay. Oh wow! And we pull the Five of Swords. Well, isn't that interesting? So we have the Five of Swords reversed in your energy right now. We're pulling the Five of Swords when we're looking into this future romance that we're looking at, what's coming in with love for you. And like I was saying, this can be a little bit of a brutal card. Now, the interesting thing is that it feels like this is sort of hidden and this feels very much in the light of day. It is very, there's nothing to hide anymore. You don't have to hide any part of yourself. And in fact, the hidden parts of yourself are also extremely attractive to this person. But it also feels like you don't really have to be in that sort of space anymore. This relationship itself becomes the thing that protects you, that can save you, that can make sure that everything will be all right, that keeps you in a space where you feel like, like it's covered. All of the walls of this fort are protected. And whatever it takes is whatever it takes, but it is protected. And really, this does make me think like power couple. This does make me think, and not in a brutal way. I don't think this is mean or, it's just protective. Protective and able to defend itself. That this relationship is able to defend itself against anything incoming negative, anything that you do not desire to be there, that you feel safe within it because you understand that as well, because you've been in this too. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Okay, now I do want to ask a question of our pink deck. So I would like to ask, I want to know if there's anything that you need to know about your heart space right now. Is there anything, especially as concerns? Nah, I just want to know about your heart space right now. If there's anything that you need to know, if there's any actionable steps you need to be taking. If there's anything really coming in, yeah, coming in as guidance for that Knight of Wands coming in. Huh. Huh. Yeah, okay, I feel two things off this. First of all, I do feel like part of this, as we're talking about your heart space right now, is that you let yourself be your defender, let yourself be your champion, let yourself be this warrior for yourself, that you are so strong and capable. And that's wonderful. There's no reason you shouldn't put your armor on and be your own knight and, save yourself, as we would say in old fashioned terms. But that feeling that you really have your own back and that you really are protecting your own fort and that you really are your own hero. Now, the other thing that this makes me feel is that there is a masculine energy around you that is also desiring to help you somehow. And our Knight of Swords could definitely also have Knight of Wands energy. That could be the same person. I'm not reading that is the same person, but I do think that there's a masculine energy around you that is interested in defending you a bit. And defending sounds very strange, I suppose. I'm not saying you have anything to be defended against, just that feeling of like you are safe and protected. And I know I keep saying that, but it does feel, with our four of really with these cards over here, with our Five of Swords reversed, with our Four of Pentacles, with our Seven of Wands, there is that feeling that that perhaps you obviously have incredible ability, but perhaps you do feel a little vulnerable. But also there's this incredibly fiery energy around you, like this incredible unstoppableness about you. So, but I do feel like there's this kind of masculine energy around you as well. I think of Joan of Arc a little bit when I think of, you suiting up in your suit of armor. Ace of Cups upright. Hey, remember when we pulled Ace of Cups reversed? That there was something on offer that was like a hidden on offer that you were sort of saying no to, that you're not open to. Well, hi, Ace of Cups upright. You're going to be able to open yourself up again. But B, now is the time to let yourself crack open, to let yourself open yourself up if you so choose. Now, you don't have to choose. You can decide to, sort of, keep it all to yourself for a little while. But letting that crack open, you have the opportunity to have an overflow. You have a new opportunity for love, joy, all of it, emotions and feelings to overflow for you. And I love that. This feels really beautiful. Okay. Okay. Now I want to see, yeah, okay. Now I want to ask about if there's anything blocking you. If there's anything that's really trapped anywhere. Oh, the Fool. Well, it's that openness that we were talking about. So and I know this is perception. So, we have our Eight of Swords over here, and that's a perception of other people for you. So it's not necessarily where you are, but if you are feeling like you're in that very closed off space, like maybe with our Four of Pentacles a little bit, but we're asking about blocks. So I think this feeling of vulnerability is a block. Now, obviously, you've got this sunshine, you've got this optimism, you've got this freshness, you've got the Magician, you've got some really good energy coming in. And the Fool is really good energy too, but the Fool is also a willingness to, take a leap, to go out and do something that feels a little bit, I want to say dangerous. I don't really mean dangerous. I just mean, heart space vulnerable, where, like you could end up feeling like you were naive. Like you could end up feeling like, oh, wow, I was so stupid to let myself think that. Or those feelings of, that you might be afraid to experience. again, or if you've, been in that position before. But letting yourself have that openness could be a real block for you right now. I want to ask about any other blocks for you. Let's see what else we've got coming in for you. And we have the Nine of Swords. So something that's causing you a lot of anxiety and worry, and this gets into the sword space, we're getting into the thought space, we're getting into the mind space. Just those rotating thoughts, the things that would keep you awake at night, that wouldn't let you sleep, that are kind of harassing you, and causing a lot of struggle and strife. There is something in there that is going to be acting as a block. Keeping all those thoughts around, letting those thoughts push you around, letting those thoughts be in a dominant space. And it is, of course, your choice and I know sometimes it feels like we don't have a choice with our thoughts, but we do. We can choose to think different things. We're not, we aren't a victim to our thoughts. Our thoughts are something within us that we get to control. But that's very easy to say and very hard to do. But that could be acting as a block right now as well. Okay. I want to bring a couple of extra little things in. So I'm going to pop down those two decks. I'm going to pull out my old trusty deck. I just want to pull two cards for you from guides about anything we don't know to ask about, anything that's going on for you. This could be career, anything. We don't have to put anything on top of it. So we're just pulling two cards from guides for some divine wisdom. Oh, we have the Hanged Man and we have the Chariot. Yes, please. So first of all, let yourself dip into your intuition and let yourself be outside. Let yourself be outside of the norm. Let yourself see things from your own perspective and take that seriously. And don't be afraid of that. Let yourself really lean into that. Don't be afraid to wait on taking action as well, which is very funny to say when we have the Chariot coming right behind it, because the Chariot is a very action-oriented card. But you'll know the difference. You'll know what you need to wait to take action on and what you is ready to take action on. Because there's also stuff that you need to be taking action on, the things that you need to move forward with. Because I also think there's a little message coming through from your guides, from your source, whatever you ascribe to, that is just saying, hey, you've got this. You are so powerful. You are so on top of it. You can move fast, bravely forward with courage and resilience. And here we go. You've got this. This also feels to me like it's saying this can be your own version. When we're taking a look at the Fool, which is such a different energy, this is this open, energy, come what may, like maybe I'll fall off the cliff, maybe I won't, that vulnerability. You can still ride in knowing that you've built this suit of armor around you. You have built up this protection around you in this way of knowing that you can handle hard things, knowing you can take on whatever comes your way, that no matter what happens, you've got it. You have championed you, you've protected you, you've taken care of you, and you will do that again. Okay. Okay, so let's pull over our anchor card and let's see what we have for our Divine Feminine card. Sekhmet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. I am pure strength, and that feels right. You are so strong. The anger, honor your anger by giving voice to it. There might be something you need to voice. This is a Divine Feminine card from the Divine Feminine deck. So this is leaning into your Divine Feminine energy. That's not putting you into a crazy masculine energy. This is still staying in your Divine Feminine energy, that you honor your anger by giving voice to it. Let yourself express. That's going to be your homework, by the way, is letting yourself voice what you need to voice. That can be journaling, that can be, whatever you need to do if you have to have a conversation with someone, but letting yourself honor that message and honor that guidance and honor yourself. Oh, yes. Okay, I want to pull a card for you from our Ancestor and Angel deck. Let's see what we've got. We have Winter. Take care of your needs. And that feels very safety related as well. Taking care of your needs, letting yourself feel safe, letting yourself feel taken care of. And the wolf in there, like the wolf woman. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, I'm pulling one more oracle card for you. One more oracle card for you. And this is from our Moonology deck. And you also get the end of a tough cycle approaches. Hooray! So whatever's been really hard for you, whatever's been really difficult here, know that this is coming to a close. This is coming to an end. This is where that stops. We're going to place you right there. Okay, if you have been with me so far, first of all, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It means the world to me and my team, and it also just helps us to do more content like this. Now, I would like for us to drop a wolf below in honor of our inner wolf woman. There's so many things we could drop, a million different things, but let's do that because that wolf is just popping up for me. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything that we uncovered here, what feels right and juicy and good, and what feels like sticky and difficult. And what are you compelled to do if you're compelled to do anything? Until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card 3, land and arrive. Thank you for joining me. I'm happy to have your presence. I'm happy to have you here. Oh, I'm so excited for this reading. How men see you. What makes you irresistible to men? We're going to take a nice chewy deep dive and we're going to take a look at all of the energy. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's get started with our gold deck. That's what I've been starting with. And I want to continue on with our beautiful gold deck and just see what comes up with that. How men see you, what makes you irresistible to men. Let's give it a look. Let's look in the energy. Okay. Oh, we have the 3 of Swords popping up, first of all. We have Judgment reversed. We have the Ace of Wands coming in. We have the Knight of Swords coming in. The Knight of Swords has been really coming in a lot. We have the Sun coming in. And we have the 4 of Swords coming in. I want to pull 2 additional cards before we get going. We have 6 of Cups and something right back here. We have the 6 of Wands. Okay, let's get started with these cards. So our 3 of Swords is popping up as our first card, and this does throw me a little bit. So there is something in your energy field that's a little bit broken, a little bit heartbroken. Now, I don't think that this gets into, what's making you irresistible. I think that this could be something that keeps them from coming all the way in, from, pursuing you, from actually, advancing or acting on things. I think that this is something that they read off of you, whether that's true or not. We're going to find out more about what's going on in your energy, but this is a perception coming off that there's something that's been, your heart's been hurt. You've come from a hurt space, and that's really showing up in your energy field in the way that you relate to men and you relate to that masculine energy. Now, we also have Judgment reversed. And what I'm feeling here is this sort of lack of, perhaps you're not 100% sure of what you want, but perhaps you're also just really open to everything right now, where you're kind of in this space. in a good way where you're very non-judgmental, you're very open-minded, you're very quick to see the good in people, quick to see the good things, especially as we get into that sunshine and we get into the sun energy. But there's also perhaps a lack of clarity for you where you're just kind of open to possibly things that you shouldn't even be open to, that really draws some people in that perhaps you don't want to be drawing in. So there might be a part of you that will want to get a little bit more specific, will want to clarify a little bit for yourself. So the openness is fantastic, but there can be some downsides to that as well. Now we also have the Ace of Wands, and I love this card coming in here. Aces bring new opportunity. The Wands are this glorious fire energy. There's a lot of growth happening here. You see all these leaves growing off. And I mean, this is just an excellent card that you feel like something totally new, completely unseen before, that there's something about you that just feels so alive, so passionate, so creative, so on point, just really moving forward, like you're really breathing, like you're really experiencing life. And that comes in on a wave and it just like sort of crashes into other people's energy. As you enter any room, you're bringing this energy with you that just crashes over people, that makes people want to move too, that makes people want to be lit up too, that makes people want to be passionate too. It's contagious. And it's a beautiful energy to be bringing in and to be holding for other people. Not that that's what you're doing, not that you're holding it for other people, but this is again a perception. But if they're feeling that off of you, it's it is really a beautiful thing as it cascades throughout the world. But really, it's just for you. Now we also have the Knight of Swords coming in. So there is a little something where men might have the tendency to want to get a little reckless with you, to dive in a little bit, to just sort of run forward and think about it later. And they might be throwing a little bit of caution to the wind. They might be running into things that they're not 100%, sure that they're supposed to be running towards. So again, that kind of filter for yourself is going to be pretty important, because a lot of things are probably showing up in your energy field, with this filter on it, with that, sort of the heartbreak filter on it that might keep some of them out. But some people might be rushing into your energy field that perhaps, it's a little too much. And it's not quite exactly what you want, and it's not as steady and stable. It doesn't feel as safe, perhaps, as you want it to feel. There's some real masculine energy here, so probably some real masculine energy shows up for you in that way of sort of the perhaps bravado, or a little bit of, like, I can do things, I am smart, I'm intelligent. But there's also, there are good things to that too. Really that fast moving energy forward. Now we also have the sun, which I absolutely adore, because you are bringing the sunshine in. You are bringing this optimism, this lightness, that thing where, people want to follow the sun, what feels like sunshine to you. And there is something very contagious about this as well, but also something that really attracts people to you and makes them want to stay in your presence, so that they feel like they can grow with you. They feel more powerful with you because you feel so powerful. You feel recharged. You feel optimistic. There's something really light to that. Now, again, whether that's true or not, because perhaps you are coming from heartbreak, and perhaps you put that on when you go out into the world, and perhaps you don't share, like you have this competing energy, perhaps. That doesn't mean it's inauthentic. Now we have the Four of Swords here as well. So this is a resting card. And it's possible they're reading off that, like you're sort of taking a break. Maybe you've been taking a break because of your heart. And maybe even if you don't really realize that you're taking a break, there's a possibility that you feel like you're trying to put yourself out there, and you feel like you're trying to really be open to attracting all of this, but you also are sort of putting up this, but also don't disrupt this. This is a rejuvenation period for me. I'm resting, I'm recovering, I'm getting my strength back. I'm coming back together, ready to go, getting ready to go back out. Now we also have the Six of Cups, and this is a very nostalgic card. Our cups get into that feeling space, heart space, emotional space. And there's something here that tells me that people often feel like they've met you before. People often feel like they've known you forever, that there's something known, there's a known quality to you, that you remind them of something. There's something that just feels, and in some ways feels innocent and feels easy, easy to step into, easy to walk into. And we also have the Six of Wands, which I also love. So you are bringing that fire energy along with you. And again, passion, purpose, creativity, career. There's a winning energy to this card. So you're also bringing in this energy of an incredible win, that you're really just winning at life. You're doing the right things, especially in your career, as far as passion, purpose, everything is concerned, that you're really moving forward and that you've really been successful, that you've been successfully landing in some spaces. That feels, really good to be around as well. It's like a contagious winning energy. Okay, so actually I want to put down the gold deck for just a second, and I want to pick up our pink deck because I do want to just take a look at your energy field really quickly so I can get a better idea of where it is you're really coming from. If this, heartbreak space, whatever we need to know about where you might be coming from so we can get a clearer picture here. Okay. Yes. All right. So, High Knight of Pentacles. We've been pulling a lot of similar energies here for the last two readings. We have the Two of Swords. I'm really just taking a look into your energy. Page of Swords. Okay. Yep. Okay. We have the Three of Swords. When we switch to a different deck, we always have the possibility of pulling duplicate cards, and we have just now, which I love because it gives us confirmation, it gives us synchronicity, it lets us know, okay, this is where we are. Oh, there we go. And we've got the Sun. Wow. Wow. The cards are showing up for us, and they're in their rhythm. And we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, yeah. We do have some competing energies going on. So it feels like you are thriving in certain aspects of your life and you are sort of surviving in other aspects of your life. As far as the heart is concerned, as far as romance is concerned, I'm going to make a few broad, sort of sweeps here. It feels like there's some survival going on where you've got some healing to do. You're overcoming something. And then also, you are really showing up for yourself in other ways. You're really showing up for yourself and being consistent and being regular. As we get into this Knight of Pentacles, this gets into worldly goods. This can get into money and things, but also this can be representative of what you're creating based on that career, that passion, that purpose, or what you're just creating in your life, what you're trying to create for yourself. That you're really sort of coming in with this softer energy. So this is not a trundling forward energy like our Knight of Swords would be. This is like I'm coming in, and this isn't for anybody else. This is just for me. And for me, I need to be consistent. I need to show up. I need to make sure that I'm reliable and that I am that I'm feeding myself every day, that I'm nourishing myself, that I'm holding my values and staying true to myself and staying true to my values. That's an energy that you're in, which is wonderful and beautiful. So it's and that is thriving, that is winning. Now with our Two of Swords, this comes back to some space of, it doesn't feel great. So you can see she's holding these two swords and she's blindfolded, and we're getting some sort of outside sound. I don't know what that was, but I always say outside sounds amplify the message. It was Almost sounded like a musical instrument. Now, with this card, it comes in to tell us not making a decision is making a decision. So there is something that you have to decide on, and you might be at a crossroads right now of figuring out which way and which path and how you want to move forward. But there's also a part of you that, even though you're at the crossroads, you're holding the swords, you're thinking about it, you're also not taking action on it, and you're not truly seeing it for what it is. You're not letting yourself see all the facts. You're not just the facts, but your intuition. You're not letting yourself see all of the feelings that you have, the clarity that you already have within you. So there's a part of you that wants to keep that blindfold on, and a part of you that doesn't want to have to move forward from this crossroads, that you just kind of want to stay here. You could okay, here are the two paths that I could go down, but maybe I'll just build a little house right here and I'll just live here for a while. That's how it feels. And that's a choice. You get to decide if you want to stay in that little house at the crossroads. You could stay there. Maybe you need some rest and recovery time. Maybe you need to regenerate before you move forward. But this is also telling us, if you don't make a decision, if you never choose a path, something will be chosen for you. So we don't really want to leave that open, that you're not making the choices in your life. We want you to have that power. Now, the Page of Swords is also coming in. Our pages are these youthful messenger cards. Our swords are still in that thought space, mental space, intelligence space. And there is a part of you that is playfully discovering new ideas, new inspirations, new truths, new things to think about. But again, this is a youthful card. So there's not something completely mature about this, where you're you've got these things coming in, but again, you're not really maybe taking action on them. So it hasn't landed for you yet, where it's just kind of I'll just play with this and I'll play with that idea and I'll give this a little thought and I'll give that a little thought. But, sort of without the landing place of landing in a decision, landing in the power that you have. A Queen of Swords energy of just knowledge, knowing, making decisions, being decisive, choosing. Now we have the Three of Swords that did pop up. So that energy that people are reading off of you, that heartbroken energy that is acting as this sort of filter for people to come closer, to advance, to progress, to really invite someone in. If that's what you wanted, was to move forward with someone new or really be open to looking for something new, there is a heartbreak energy here for you. And I offer up so much love for that, because that is the hardest space to go through, and healing for that. And I would love for you to sit with that just a little bit, just to see have you been paying attention to your heart? Have you been giving yourself the care and love that you need? Have you been nurturing yourself? Have you been doing any rehab? Have you been kind of maybe trying to stuff this away? Have you been trying to kind of ignore it for the time being and, set up shop and set up house at the crossroads? And is that what you want to do? Do you want to ignore it, or do you want to feed yourself? Do you want to nurture yourself? Is there a possibility that you want to tend your wounds and give yourself whatever loving care you need? And that feels so beautiful to say, and it feels so good, that I would really encourage you to think of what that could look like, how you could nurture yourself, how you could love on yourself, how you could foster giving yourself the tender loving care that you might really need right now. Okay. Now we have the Sun, which is a duplicate card, and which tells me that the energy people are reading in you here, this is authentic to you. This is real. This is something that's in your field. And so this is a winning card. You are having this little juxtaposition of energy where there are things that are really difficult, and there are also these moments of joy. There's also this lightness to you, that you are leaning into optimism. You are leaning into your power. You're leaning into this feeling of lightness, of things growing, of things recharging, of, everything that feels so good about those summer days, about being in a field of gardens, a field of flowers, or a garden of flowers. Just that feeling of wonder and excitement. There is something really beautiful here. So really do, and I would really encourage you to let yourself lean into this, and of course, also take care of what needs to be taken care of. Don't ignore the other things, but really lean into this and let yourself just to be in it, be your full effulgent self. If you're feeling this energy, let yourself just lean right in. And I heard this great quote, which I am going to definitely say wrong, and I've said it once before in another reading, but it is, shine as bright as, about being too much. And the shine as bright as you want to shine, as you really do shine. The sun doesn't apologize for people needing sunglasses, like that kind of thing. I'm definitely saying it wrong, but something around those lines. You don't have to apologize for you. You don't have to dim yourself down. You don't have to pull back in any way. Now, we also have the Ten of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords, this is a card of completion. We're back in the sword space. Sword, sword, swords. You got a lot of mental things going on. You got a lot of thought space. Thoughts are just swirling around you. And there are thoughts that have really taken you out. So I do think that what people are reading in your energy, what men are reading in your energy about this like rest period that you're on, they are reading it a little wrong. It's not really a rest period that you're on. It's that, in the sort of secret part of yourself, in private, underneath of the things that you're showing and exposing to the world, you've been completely laid out. And it doesn't feel like it's your choice to rejuvenate and recover. It doesn't feel like it's your choice to, just be in this, sort of sweet, sleepy space. It feels like you've been pinned to the ground, and it feels like paralyzing. It feels like I'm done. I've got nothing in these moments where the thoughts just come in and they lay me out, and I've got nothing, and I don't know how to get up from here. So it feels like it's much more serious than the way people are reading it on the outside. If and oof, oof. What I'd like you to do for just a second is to, if you can, if you're not driving, or if you are in a space where you really can pay attention, and relax, let yourself close your eyes for just a moment and imagine yourself in this position where you're laying down and you feel like you are pinned to the ground, and you just feel like everything is stapling you down. And then I want you to take a very long, deep breath. And as you do, one of those swords is released, and you feel yourself become lighter. And you take another very deep breath, and you feel another sword is released, and you feel lighter. And you keep doing that until you feel like the weight is off. The anchor is off. The chains are gone. The swords are out. The staples are gone. And you can just be you. And you don't have to stand up and be in a sunshine space. You don't have to stand up and suddenly be ready to make decisions or anything like that. You can rest and recover. You can be in any space that you want. Just you'll be perhaps in a lighter space, in a space where slowly, at some point, you can make your way back up. to standing and moving forward. You're so supported. I am sending you so much support. And I do want you to take a moment to feel the connection between you and everyone else, that at that very same moment that you feel that, there is someone else out there who feels that too. And the bravery for yourselves that you both show up, all of the people in the world who are showing up, to get back up, to feel that sort of connectedness, that oneness that we have with everyone, that you're not alone. You're not alone. Even if you're hiding this energy away. Okay, let's continue. All right, I want to pop back to our gold decks. So now that I know a little bit more about where you are, I would like to, I'm sorry, I gotta go back to our pink deck. Now that we know where you are, I really need a little action plan for you of what's gonna feel like it's gonna help you to move forward. I just need some helpful guidance for moving you in a space that you want to be in. So moving you toward a space you want to be in, which is, open for romance, open for love, open for life's joys, open for which you're feeling, but letting you heal some of this. What kind of action steps can we get as guidance here? So that's what I would really like to see next. Oh, so we have the Nine of Cups coming in reversed. And the Nine of Cups is kind of a wish fulfillment card. It's, like all sorts of things are coming in for you. And sometimes we call it like the genie card. Now, as I'm reading this in this reverse position, I am feeling like perhaps you need fewer choices. Now, of course, that's easier said than done. But we know you have, the crossroads. We know you have some decisions to be made. If you could limit the things that you have to make decisions on, if you could limit the things that you have to just really clear the deck a little bit, that all of the things that you're supposed to be feeling, all of the things that you're supposed to be reaching for, all the things that you're supposed to be manifesting. If you could just sort of clear off the table a little bit of all the supposed tos and let yourself really come down to the bare minimum choices, the bare minimum things that you want to come in, or the bare minimum of what you want to focus on, so that you can really feel like, okay, I can handle this. Because I think there's a part of you too that's in an overwhelmed position mentally. There's so much coming through for you mentally. It's just, a thought parade of things coming through. It's so much for anyone to handle. So really seeing if we can pare some things down and just maybe get rid of some of the fuzz. I want another action-oriented thing. If there's any other actions, there's something back here that is action-oriented for you. We have the Four of Wands, and this is a joyful celebratory card. This is, hey, Wands. This is, now the interesting thing is in the perceptions of people, there is this Wands energy, but I'm not having this Wands energy really pop up for you when I'm reading your energy, which tells me that, that you probably are living in the space, but it's just not really what you're even thinking of. It's just like kind of where you are, and that's just perception that other people are having of you, but you have a lot going on in the thought space for sure, but you are being consistent for yourself. You're showing up for yourself, and you do have the sunshine in you too. So here, as we're asking for action-oriented things, I want you to think about passion, and I want you to think about your purpose in life. And I want it to be something that is really outside of and different from these thoughts that come up. And I want you to spend some time joyfully celebrating that thing. So, really, this could get into something that's physical. This is a fire energy. This could get into something that is physical, like dancing, having like a celebratory dance party for yourself, maybe encouraging other people to join in with you as well. This could get into, if you are in that creative space, anything that's creative, painting or writing or anything that could just feel like freedom and joy. Like you could just dance around, move around, be in the space, be with your creativity and turn off your brain for a little while. This is our action oriented thing. So, because I'm asking for these action oriented things, I would love if you feel like they hit and resonate with you. If they don't feel like they do, I would ask that you come at it with curiosity of like, what if I did? What if that were going to be helpful for me? I know, especially when I'm talking about clearing the decks of things, people get very resistant to that. That is a very human reaction. It's like, I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to focus only on these things. What about the other things that are so important? They'll be there. They will be there for you. It's okay to release yourself a little bit from all of the excess. Now, here, I would love for you to really schedule something in for yourself and say, I'm doing this thing. I am painting. I am doing this dance class. I am doing I'm going to do a dance right now. Turn on my music right now and have a little dance party at home. I'm going to have a cleaning dance party where I clean my house and dance around. Whatever it is that you feel like, oh yeah, I feel that. Gardening, whatever it is, I would love for you to schedule time for it right now. And that will get that energy moving. All right, and I'm still in this action-oriented space. Oh boy, we have the 7 of Wands. So I do feel like this is a space of this is an intense energy. So we've got that passion, purpose, all the same things that we had over here with our wands. We have that growth energy. Now, when we look at this is like doing hard things. This is a little fierce, a little ferocious, very strong, very courageous. But this person has got a real stance to stand on. Like, this is a real space. I would be worried to compete with this person. It is ferocious. I like that word. So I want you to think of something where you feel like you pick up a ferocious energy. And this has to be a concrete thing that you do. Because again, we're an action oriented, in that action oriented space where you feel this sense of power, like you are sort of dominating the space, like you're really strong. It could be a physical exercise, which I love because we're in that fire energy and we're in that growth energy, and it feels very physical. This could get into, something completely, non-physical, practicing French. This could be something where you compete in speaking out loud and giving talks or anything that you want. But I do want you to think of one thing, and I want you to schedule that thing in too. And I want it to be something that is not easy. It is difficult. It is hard. And you can be successful at it. That you can feel like, I have really owned this. And I feel really proud to have owned this. And that you can feel really powerful in that space. And I'd love for you to write that into your calendar as well. Okay. All right. I'm glad that we picked up those things. Now, I kind of want to do a little back and forth. So I want to take a look into your future for love of what we're taking a look at. This might not be a masculine energy that's looking at you right now. This could be a masculine energy in the future. This could be a romance that is something you're in. It could be a romance from the past. That grows into something different. Now I want to take a look at that. So I just want to take a look at where you're going, where you're headed. And I want to pull from both our pink deck and from our gold deck for this. So first I want to read into your energy. just to get a feel for what we might need to know about that. And then I want to read into this other person's energy. So I'm really asking about this other person's energy now and what we need to know about this moving forward in the future, looking forward, what we need to know, what we need to know, what we need to know. Okay, let's see. All right, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So interesting, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Tower. Okay. We've got the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the World. Wow. Okay. So first of all, we're looking into your energy about what you need to know. And this is what you need to know about this future thing. So let's go ahead and Ace of Wands reversed. We pulled the Ace of Wands for you right now as what men are reading in your energy that is so magnetizing. It's just that wave of energy that comes in. It feels like this new thing is coming towards them. It makes everybody feel more lit up, makes everybody feel more passionate. So this is in a reverse position. So the way that I am feeling this is that there is going to be some part of you with this that doesn't feel that you're making an impact. It doesn't feel like you're bringing that energy along with you. You might feel like you're still in a very stuck space. You might feel like you're still very much in a stagnant space. It might feel like nothing is coming. But even with that feeling, this thing has begun. So don't feel like you have to be in that manifestation energy where every single moment, every single minute of the day, you're feeling in the in the flow of things and you feel so lit up and you're just moving forward all the time. You probably won't feel like that. You won't feel like you're always, in that lit up space. You feel like it's a little bit of a struggle, that you're struggling to move forward, that you're struggling to get momentum. And that's still in a manifestation energy for you. You're still bringing that around for yourself. It's still coming in. And what is coming in is it's going to feel this. I love that we pulled this for both because we have the King of Wands over here for him. So what this tells me is that he's going to feel like, oh, this could be the thing. But it won't feel like I know this is the thing. That's not how it will feel in the first moments. It will be fast moving. It will be passionate. There will be a lot of physical attraction, but it might feel a little immature. It might feel a little bit like, I don't know. And there might be part of you that's still like, but this person isn't the old person. There might be something there that keeps you from fully leaning in for a little bit, where you kind of don't regard it for the gravity that it truly is. And the gravity that this person truly has within them, because truly they are landed. They are mature. It is full. It might feel flighty at first. It might feel like, okay, you say you have those feelings, but do you really? I don't know if I believe that, but truly they are in a fully matured space. And not only are they a fully matured space, but boy, do they have got some good qualities. Boy, do they show up in the world in a good way. Now, the other card we pulled is the Tower. And the Tower is telling me that there's a really big change that comes along with all of this. So also, something will probably not feel good. It will probably feel really uncomfortable. And this really uncomfortable thing that you're going through is the thing that is inviting this person into your world, is the thing that is really opening the door for your future romance to unfold. So it could feel destructive. It could feel awful. It could, and this does give me those feelings of, our 10 of Swords feeling, the card of completion. But just, like there's a little devastation going on here. It could feel like, how am I ever going to get through this? But it is clearing the way and opening things up for this person to come into your life and come into your world. And when I look into their energy, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the King of Wands, and we have the World. I love this so much. So this person, wow, I like this person so much. I love both of these kings so very much. The King of Pentacles is, you have the Knight of Pentacles in your energy right now. You're showing up, you're consistent, you're reliable. You're really like trying to follow through for yourself. This is a fully, this is that person. They are reliable. They are consistent. But not just that, they have this fathering energy, this protector energy, provider energy. They are fully landed. And this is a very mature human that has a very solid base to move from. They're passionate, they're purposeful, they move forward, they take action, they're aggressive, they don't let any obstacles get in their way. They also are protector energy, growth oriented, grow people around them, take care of themselves, take care of you, want to see everyone grow in their vicinity. They're reliable, they're consistent, they are not flighty, they are not running off, they are not here one day, gone the next, feelings one day, gone the next. They truly value you and the relationship. And then also, they're good with worldly goods as well. And then the World. So this is also for this person, this is a pivotal transition point for their life. There's the time before you and the time after you. And after you, nothing will ever be the same for them. After you have made an indelible mark and come in to be the dancer. Sometimes we call this figure the dancer, and transitioned something completely for them. And things are never the same again. Nothing was ever the same again. And I love that. I love it. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, let's turn over our anchor card. This is from our Divine Feminine Oracle deck. And we have Vajrayogini, the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. And that last line, that everything is material for your liberation, sinking into that feeling that even the uncomfortable things, even the things that feel like you are slogging through and you're not living up to your potential and you're not doing all the things that you really want to be doing, and that feels like something is burning down around you, that too is material for your liberation. It is opening something up for you. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It means the world to me, to my team, and it lets us know to do more content just like this. I would like for us all to drop. Oh, wow. I don't know what to drop. I never know what to drop. I always have such a hard time because I want to drop everything. I want to drop the dancer below because I want that feeling. We'll do the red dancer, even though it's not quite the same energy and vibe. But I love that. And I also feel that, in the physicality of dancing and joy, that there's really something there for you too. Oh my. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. I'm sending you love to your heart. You can do difficult things. You can do hard things. And you can just completely be yourself. And I love you just the way you are. I'm sending you so much love, and I'm sending you light. And I'm going to see you again very soon. Mwah. Mia. All right. Welcome in my card for I am so excited to dive into this juicy reading with you. We are taking a look at how men see you, how they view you, and what makes you irresistible to men. So we're going to leave our anchor card for now. This is a Divine Feminine Oracle card. And we're going to skip right in with our gold deck because we're going to leave that question right out there. And I'm only going to pull 4 cards. I'm going to pull 4 cards. Then we're going to get going. We're going to pull a few pink cards. And then we're going to see where we're at, see what questions come up, and see what we need to know. Because first of all, oh, hi. Interesting. Okay, so first of all, right away, you do shine. Whoa, you've got some energy on you. You just pull everyone's attention and you don't even notice it. You don't even notice the way that people gravitate towards you. Their gaze gravitates towards you. Their energy gravitates towards you. Men see the essence of you and are just pulled in. They want to see, they want to watch, they want to observe, they want to know. It's almost magical. There's something about you that's extremely in yourself. You know yourself. You're open. You're exposed. You're vulnerable in some ways, but you're not really because you're really just in your own essence. But you're not afraid. You're very open and you're so giving. Your energy just gives off so much. People change when they're around you. You're leaving little sparkles everywhere you go. Now, you also have this energy of good fortune. You have this energy of positivity. You have this energy of attraction that you're pulling in good things. And this energy that's pulling in good things to you, it's felt by the men around you. It is felt by everyone around you. This feeling that things sort of just drop in for you. They're dropping into the right places. Things are fitting. Things are just coming. They're just on their way. You have this this ability to sort of just manifest effortlessly, and and that's very attractive. Now we have the 7 of Swords, which is a thieving card, and we get into thoughts and intelligence and all such things when we get into the swords, which tells me that you're really stealing the thoughts of people. People don't stop thinking about you when they're out of your presence. The thoughts go on. You're really capturing mental space and brain space for the men who walk into your energy field, for the men who walk into your aura. There's just something so captivating. It's so interesting. It's almost mysterious in that magical way. They want to know more. They keep thinking about it. New thoughts come up, new observations come up, and it's just a continuous thought, and they can't seem to put it down. They don't want to really put it down, but they can't seem to put it down even if they wanted to. Now, we also have the 2 of Wands. So there is this essence, this can kind of get into an essence of travel, adventure, and the wands bring that fire energy and passion and purpose. And we see this figure, looking out, and this kind of gets into that feeling that they're sort of thinking about what life could be like, what life with you could be like, what, how you're living your life, sort of daydreaming about all of these scenarios playing out, daydreaming and adventuring just around this aura that you've created. And so there is kind of just this serene observation in their mind of what could be, which is interesting because it doesn't feel hugely movement oriented. But let's find out a little bit more about, I want to see where you are, and then I want to read more about their thoughts, what makes you irresistible. I want to read more about your qualities that are popping up. Now, I want to first of all take a look at your energy, what it is in you, whether you know it or not, that you're putting off that is attracting people to you. So first of all, that's all I want to ask. What is in your energy that is attracting people to you? Oh, now we have the 3 of Pentacles. So you know what is of value to you. And the pentacles, they can get into all sorts of things. They can get into worldly goods. But this is an architectural planning card. And there's a part of you that's just so deeply in your space. You're on your path. You're on your road. You're not focused on other people. You're very much focused on building and creating yourself, building and creating the things you value in your life. And that's very attractive. You're not pandering to people like the star would suggest. You're not pandering to people. You're not trying to be someone else or be on someone else's path. You're diligently at work, planning out, creating the life that you desire, the things that you hold most valuable. Okay. Oh, interesting. Now we have the Eight of Swords, and this is a very strange card to pull here because we would not think of this as something that would attract people, that would be an attraction for anyone. Now, so in your energy field, there is something that is tied up and a little imprisoned in this sword space, that thought space, that you're a little bit of a prisoner to your mind and to your thoughts. And you might get caught up in this space. Now, first of all, I'd like to say that just because people may find it attractive does not mean you have to own or hold on to anything that does not suit you. And anything that is not for you ultimately is not going to be an ultimate attractor. So, especially for soulmateship. So if this is not a good space for you to be in, which really it probably is not, you don't want to stay here. However, the way that you are really caught up in your own thoughts, the way that you are really within your own world, and the way that you are really held into that place is really interesting to other people and really does attract notice and attracts perhaps the feeling that they want to, do something, protect, provide, help in some way. But again, that is ultimately, we want to go for the best. We want to go for soulmateship. We want to go for the good stuff, which is going to land you in your highest you, your best self. But also know that if you struggle with this, that, that's okay that you're struggling with it. It's, take the time that you need to take to release those binds. But it's not making you an enemy of the world. Okay. And we pulled a duplicate card already. So we've already pulled the Two of Wands, and we have the Two of Wands here again with your energy. So this makes sense. This is you in that same sort of space that does have a very similar energy to that observation, that planning of adventure, sort of that feeling of what things could be, that you're in your own space, you're in your own world. You're not really focused on what everyone else is doing. You're not really focused on other people's paths, purposes, careers. You're really on your own mission and on your own growth mission, and you're on your own, I'm going to fire this up and light this up mission. And that space is very attractive and is pulling people in towards you. And it is interesting that that's a similar energy that they pick up, and it's contagious. Okay, let's see. Oh, hi. Okay, and we have the Six of Pentacles as well. So we're pulling another Pentacles card. And the Six of Pentacles comes into this generosity feeling, this giving and receiving of balance. And there's something very generous about you, which makes so much sense when we come to the Star. There's all that giving. You have a really giving spirit. You're very generous. And generosity does not have to come back to money. Even if this is a Pentacles card, that can really come into a generosity of spirit, a willingness to listen, a willingness to be present, a wanting to be a friend, a wanting to be in the world, a desire to make people feel good. Also, as far as relationships and, lovership go, that generosity of spirit can really come into, taking responsibility for yourself, or willing to willing to have understanding and empathy for another person, and also with other types of things besides romantic relationships, regular relationships as well. All right, now I want to dip back into our gold deck. So while I'm dipping back into our gold deck, I would like to ask about if there's any specific person that is, really having some thoughts about you, is having some feelings about any particular qualities that you have that's pulling them in and attracting them, and anything we need to know about that. So first of all, we have the Hermit. And again, we're coming back to that energy that you're in your own world. You're really focused on your own self-growth. You're really focused on your own journey. And you're shining this light on your own journey. You're not too worried about what's going on outside of that. And it could feel impenetrable. That is possible, because this is a feeling that you are kind of removed, you're pulled away, and that's hard to break into. But it's also very alluring and very attractive. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so we're asking about if there's any specific person. Okay, oh, we got the Six of Pentacles again. You know what I say, synchronicities. It's so nice to have confirmation cards too. So there's someone also who's just really seeing your generosity. They've really tuned into how much of a giver you are and the way that you handle yourself in the world. It's so attractive to them, and it's really pulling their attention. I'd like to pull a card about this person, if there's a person that you should be paying attention to. Is this somebody you should be paying attention to? And how would you know who this is? Okay, so those are two different questions. So first of all, I'd like to ask, is this somebody you should be paying attention to? And we have the Eight of Swords. Oh my goodness. Wow, we're pulling duplicates today. So we're pulling the Eight of Swords, and I honestly get two very different feelings from this. My feeling is that, first of all, not necessarily that this person might not be the person. They're giving you a lot of special attention and focus, but it might still keep you in a space that is really imprisoned, holding you back, still in your thoughts, still in that same cycle. And it makes sense because we often go back to things that feel familiar. We often go back to things that make us feel like, oh, I know this territory. I've done this before. I'm going to come right back into this thought cycle, this thought pattern. And I'd like to pull a card about who that person is so you can sort of plan accordingly. So let's pull a card for this person. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So this person does not have the generous spirit that you have. It makes sense that they adore this quality in you and are so attracted to this quality of giving and generosity, because they really struggle with that. They're not a giver naturally. They're a withholder. They withhold value. They withhold praise. They withhold love. They keep it close to them. What they value, they hold it close, and they have a very hard time letting go of control and letting go. So this might ring a bell for you. This could be somebody from the past. This could be a past relationship. This could be the person who sort of, you feel, put you in this position in the first place of being imprisoned, of being trapped in your thoughts and sort of really held fast there. So this does not feel like something that you should know that attention is on you, and you should know that, there's that energy around you, but you might want to do some cleansing of that energy. That might not be an energy you want to step into. I obviously, you get to make all of your own decisions, but that doesn't feel great. That doesn't feel like your highest potential. Now, I'm going to clear that a little bit. I just want to clear that person out, and I want to go ahead and ask about something that might be coming in, or maybe somebody beyond this person that you even know. But I want to ask about some real soulmate energy. What is out there, and what are we looking at in the energy field? Let's see what we've got. We have Temperance out there. So there is a real balance to this, and this feels like a very extreme place to be in. So if you're in a very extreme place of of really being trapped in your thoughts, really being held prisoner. This person really can't make an impression on you if they are in your life, and they can't move forward until you found some balance with that. It doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. Doesn't mean that you're just, magically never going to think of an old thing again. It doesn't mean that you're going to, just be able to flip a switch, although theoretically it could be that easy that you could just decide not to give those thoughts credence anymore, to turn them off. As soon as they come up, you cut the cord. There's something really beautiful in that book, Untethered Soul. And, Michael Singer sort of says, we can cut the cord at any moment. It just like that. It can be that easy. And that really stayed with me for years. Like it is true. You have the opportunity in the moment. It's gone. And if it arises again, immediately, it's kind of incredible. Now, finding that balance feels like it could be a challenge, but we're going to get to that and ask a little bit of questions about that later. First, I want to stay with this person. I just want to know more about this person and what we need to know. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Boy, I've pulled the Knight of Pentacles for quite a few of these readings. And the Knight of Pentacles is a wonderful knight. I love this knight. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is telling me that this person's going to walk into your life in a very unassuming way. They're not going to be flashy. They're not going to be, crazy galloping in. And you might not even notice them for a while. You might be so trapped in your own world, which you really feel, it feels like you are very much trapped in your own world. Well, at least you're in your own world. I'm not going to say you're trapped in it because some of this is perception, but you do seem to have, your own energy field that you're really held inside. And you might not be looking, you might not be seeing what's coming in. But this person's going to land softly. And they will be reliable, consistent, a hard worker, a smart worker, someone who accrues, someone who invests in you. They see how worthwhile you are. They see what a good investment you are. And they want to put time and value and love and nurturing into you and build something with you. And they have so many great qualities. So many wonderful partnership, soulmateship qualities that I really love pulling that card. I want to know anything else about this person that we should know that's popping up in the energy right now. The Nine of Pentacles is also popping up. A lot of pentacles. I'm going to say there's a lot of pentacles coming up here. Now, the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you, with this person, are going to feel... Now, let's just take a moment, if we will. I would like to just do a little comparison. So, this is where you are now. And you get to choose to stay there if you want to. You get to choose, wrapped up in the space. And this is what that potential energy holds for you. Whoa, are they different? Whoa, are they different? Just take that in. Just take it in. Whatever you are losing by releasing yourself from this, and you might feel like you really are losing something. You might feel like you're losing the allure of, I can't take care of this and someone needs to help me, or, just the comfort of being surrounded by these thoughts that have come in over and over again that you've grown comfortable with, that have become your friends. Now, whatever you might lose with that, look at this and look at these friends. These friends are abundant. This is abundance, joy. This golden energy, it is growth oriented. Things bloom, blossom, overflow. It is luxurious. It is warm. It is sunny. It is happy. It is wish fulfillment. It is overflowing. It is the things you truly value. This does feel trapped, and this does feel open and valued, and valuing the things that you're putting your time and intention into. That it's a beautiful balance. So with this person, you sort of flourish into this new version of you. Okay, I just want to pull one last card for this future energy that we're looking at, and then we're going to continue on. And we have the Emperor. Yeah, now this is interesting. I love the Emperor card. And the Emperor card has, they just like every single card, like every single human being, we have good things and we have bad things. And there's always gray area. Now, the interesting thing to me is how all of these qualities in our Knight of Pentacle, who rides in softly, is kind of not making a big fuss, is a little unassuming. When they land in your life, they will become this powerhouse, this person that you trust implicitly, that you want to, any question you have, you go to them, you trust their judgment, you know that they're a winner, you feel safe with them, you feel protected by them, you feel this intense amount of power between the two of you, and this this, I don't want to say providership again, but it does feel like providership, but also just this knowledge of how to take care of things, how to get things done, which you also have. It's not something that we have to give away to someone else, but it is nice that they have it, that they also have this knowledge of what to do, how to do it, how to overcome the struggles and the obstacles. And they just have this incredible confidence. They have this incredible ability to feel super confident with the decisions that they're making because they've had a lot of success doing it. Okay, I did say we would move on. So I do want to move on. And what I'd really like to move on to, I want to pop back over to our pink deck. I know we're going back and forth, but I do want to ask about some steps for you. So I want to ask about some actionable items, what you could take action on, what you can do in this world that we're in to help make this transition, should you so choose, from our Eight of Swords energy shifting over to that blooming energy of our Nine of Pentacles, but really just shifting to a space where you feel more powerful. So I want to see what our actionable items are. What are our things that we could really do? Oh my, I cannot get over how many duplicate cards we're pulling. And I really love duplicate cards. If I haven't said it enough times already, just for the confirmation, for the alignment to come through. So as we know that you sort of sit back into your own world, you shine this interior light, you're seeking within yourself. This as well is something that you should continue doing and you should do to help loosen those binds, to help move you to a new space, a better space, the space you want to be in. And as we're thinking of what to do, I would say take a little, just the word hermit. What does that tell you? If you can take a little space to yourself, a little safe, sacred space to give yourself time to think, decompress, maybe have a nice big ritual, really do some soul searching, go for some walks, and shine this interior light for yourself. Truly make room for that. Now, of course, it'd be lovely for that to be like a weekend away, but if that can't be a weekend away, I would love for you to plan something right now where you plan an evening away, where you're at home, but you've really cordoned off space for yourself. You really set the scene. You've lit a bunch of safe candles. I always say that, no fire hazards, but really created an atmosphere for yourself to shine that interior light, to feel like you're really preciously looking at yourself, preciously looking at your soul to see what is there and what it is that you want and what you need to grow with, if there's something you need to grow with. Okay, so we're looking at some more actionable items. I just want to pull some more actionable items for you so we can get some more things that can help you move forward if you wanted to. Oh, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, boy, for all of these pentacles, all that theme. Now the aces bring in new opportunities, and we see this beautiful open hand letting these opportunities of things that are truly of high worth, high value coming in. And of course, there's this like beautiful archway and garden back here. It leads to beautiful things. Now we're asking about actionable things. So I want you to focus on your ability to receive. You give a lot. You give a lot of your energy, your emotions, your feelings. You're a very giving person as we come over to this star and we're looking at that energy. Also, your generosity that we see in the Six of Pentacles. But I want you to focus on receiving. If you could put this as a focus for yourself for the next few days, for the next week, where you're really just letting yourself receive. When someone gives you a compliment, trying not to like push it back or just immediately respond and try to give it back to the person in some other way, or if somebody tries to give you something, give you help, give you anything that's of worth, letting yourself take it in, because I energetically want you to start shifting your focus to a receiving focus where you're just more open to receiving, you're more open to taking in, because good things want to come in for you. They want to drench you in abundance. They want to drench you with opportunity. And you have to be open to receiving that. You have to have that open hand to do that, to take it in, to receive it. So starting to practice the energy of receiving, which might feel awful if you're not used to it. If you're used to just being the giver all the time, it might feel terrible. You might want to just give, and just ignore anything that wants to give back to you or give to your energy field. So I want you to let yourself find a space for receiving. I want to pull one more thing. Now, it's something I would put on your calendar as well, but that's like an all day kind of thing. You put it on your calendar and you just sort of let yourself focus on it all day long. Okay. Now, I want to find one more actionable thing. The Two of Swords pops up. Well, my dear one, you've been in this thought space, in this mind space, really, pulling back to those thoughts that go over and over again to you. And here is a woman sitting with two swords, two paths, two decisions, and a blindfold, which is also, I have to put our deck down for a second, because I also want to take this Eight of Swords back out. Because I would like you to see how similar these cards are as well. That, we've got a blindfold on both. We've got the swords. And we have this very closed off space. This is closed as well. This is arms over chest, closed off. And this is bound up, closed off. So for this, there is a decision that you are coming to, that you have to make and choose between two different paths, which way you want to go. And if you don't make a choice will be made for you, and you will be at the mercy of whatever is made for you. But I want you to really consider taking your blindfold off and just seeing what is really there in front of you. And that means taking a deep dive into your intuition, which is the perfect time to do this in your hermit space. Taking a deep dive into your intuition to see what the truth is that you already know, that you already house within you, that you can seek with clarity which way you should go and what you should be doing and what the truth really is, because our swords often get into that truth space, seeing the truth. So that you can see there might be one path where it is absolutely where you should be going, but you just haven't given enough of a view, and that you really don't want to be on this other path. It is not for you. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. It's not where you want to live the rest of your life. And, you don't want to set up shop in this place and stew on it for a long time until a decision is made for you. Or, choosing to do nothing is, still a choice as well. Just being stagnant. So carving out some time to make a decision, to let yourself at least take a look at your intuition, to take the blindfold off and really take a look at what is in front of you with your honest openness for yourself. You don't have to share that with anybody else. And once you look at it, you don't have to act on it. You can see it and choose to stay where you are. You can see it and say, I'm still undecided. But things tend to start moving once we see what we need to see, once that clarity comes in, once the truth rushes in for us. Ooh, my. Okay. I want to pull up my familiar, wonderful old deck, which I love. Full of wisdom, always taking us in a beautiful direction. And it's so old, it doesn't shuffle very well at all. All the cards have their own personalities, I'm telling you. And I want to just ask it for guidance for you. So this can be to any higher power that you might ascribe to. And if not, this can be your higher self or just the energy that you need to pull in, something that's coming in from the ether. And I just want to look for a little guidance for you about where you are being pulled and called. What's being pointed out to us? The Ace of Cups. We pulled the Ace of Pentacles. That openness, that new opportunities for openness, that letting all of it that is knocking on your door come in, the abundance to come in, the receiving. Now, this is a new opportunity for love and joy and heart overflowing and emotions and feelings and every good thing and peace and just an overflow, another abundance. And once again, I have to point out our similarities here. We have the open hand and we have the open hand. There is an incredible level of receiving that has to take place. So working on being a good receiver, working on being open to taking it in and receiving is very important, even if it feels, silly or stupid, like, oh, I have to take a compliment. Like that's going to help my journey. Yeah, it is. It's changing your energetic field. Yeah, it's changing the game. It's just the domino effect. A small little baby thing can lead to a huge thing, a huge windfall, a huge change. So we practice that receiving. And this is telling us that love is coming to you. Your heart is going to overflow. You're going to feel more abundance, more love, more joy in an overflowing way than you ever knew you could. You had no idea you could feel so much. You had no idea you could be so overwhelmed, so overflowing. Beautiful. I would like one more little piece of guidance. Tucked away right back here. We have the 10 of Wands, a card of completion. Our 10s are always cards of completion. The Wands bringing that fire energy, passion, purpose, career. It is forward movement and it's seeing something through to the end. And coming to the end is not that hard. It's not that far away. It is difficult. This is difficult. This isn't an easy card. This is doing hard things. But there is a message here that when you do the hard things, it will take you where you want to go. It will take you home. It will take you to the place you need to be. It will feel like winning. It will feel like completion. It will feel like an incredible amount of growth, being lit up, feeling purposeful, feeling passionate, willing to do it because you are in that space. You have this unstoppable energy at your heels. There is help. You will have help along the way. I would like to actually, before we pull our anger card, I would just like to pull a little. I have some words written on these cards for focuses, for things to focus on. And I just want to pull one for you. Our focus for you is focus. Focus is what comes up. Letting yourself really take a singular path, taking a singular focus. Now, I have some more homework. I know I'm giving you a lot of homework, but I would like you to do a little exercise. You can light a candle just like this one. Any candle will do. And I just want you to take time staring at the flame, just focusing on the one thing and seeing how the energy shifts and changes around you. And then as you progress through your daily activities, through your life, I want you to come back to that kind of laser focus, that you're truly on the path, you're in the present, you're in the now, and you're really focused on moving forward. You're really focused on what is right in front of you, and that's it. And it doesn't have to feel huge. It doesn't have to feel like you're, sewing the last stitch on a huge, incredible project. It just feels like you're just focused on the one stitch. It's just the one step, the one stitch, the one thing. Letting yourself just really be there in that kind of focus, which I don't think will be terribly hard for you. Now, there are two layers to that because we have a lot of blindfold action, which puts you in your head and out of your focus. So that could be very hard for you. But you do also have that hermit energy surrounding you. So you do have an ability to come back and really only shine a light on what you need to see to move you forward. You only need to see the spot that's right in front of you. Okay. All right, I'm pulling our Divine Feminine Oracle card now. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means the world to me, to my team, to everyone. And it also lets us know to do more content just like this. Okay, so we go like the wind. So we've got our beautiful Divine Feminine card, and we have Perpetua, the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. And you know what really strikes me is that you get to choose who your authentic self is. You get to decide what is authentic to you. You don't have to own anything just because you've owned it before. Just because a piece of clothing was put on you, you do not have to go wearing that for the rest of your life. If you want to change outfits now, sorry for maybe reducing this to a clothing option, but it's the illustration suits it pretty well. If you want to change the outfit for yourself, do it now. Do it right now and remind yourself you can do it at any point in the future that you want to. If you need to put an old garment on, if you feel lost without the binds, or you feel lost without the feeling of not being able to make a decision, you could come back to it. You could pick it up. You probably won't, but that stuff sort of comes back on its own a little bit and sprinkles its little swords around. But let yourself decide how you want to authentically live in this world and what that authenticity feels and looks like to you, and choose to be in that. Wow. Can we put a hand emoji below? Now, I don't think there's a hand that's just like open to receiving, like a receiving hand. But anything that's the closest hand to receiving. It could end up being a waving hand or a high five hand, or, kind of any hand that you can find in the emojis, but anything that's the closest to a receiving hand. Because, there's so much that is knocking on your door. There is so much that wants to drop in for you. And it really feels very much, even if it doesn't feel this way to you, that it is possible that the energy that is stagnating and the energy that is not open to taking in what is knocking on your door is a choice you're making right now. And, saying things like that feels so difficult to swallow. And I always know when I'm saying it that there's probably this panel of resistance rising up against it because it's so hard to take responsibility. It's so hard to say, okay, I'm going to do this really uncomfortable, difficult thing. I'm going to take this blindfold off and I'm going to see this truth. And I'm going to let myself move from here, which also takes momentum and effort and change. And all of those things are hard, and it's much easier not to do it. So I know I'm saying hard things, and I know I'm saying things that might be like slamming up against a wall, but I do encourage you just to, with curiosity, receive it. Open hand, let it come in, and just curiously look it over. I'm sending you so much love, light, focus, receiving energy, authenticity. The best is yet to come, overflowing more than you ever thought possible. Until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia.